Daytona International Speedway under the lights for the X Series as the X Series begins its chase. We thank everyone for joining us here at Daytona. This is Sam Cook here on Twitch Monster 27 and 105 The Drive. We're awaiting our invite. They are qualifying right now. We are awaiting our invite to get into the action, but in the meantime, the X Series starts its chase. So let's give a rundown really quickly of who its chasers are and everything. So let's get you a rundown. Amari, Beloved, Foreign, Hair Bear, Terrier, Pennzoil, Hindu, Wool, and Dale Jr. all are chasers preparing to chase. Their points value is 0. So almost like a new season for these guys as they prepare to go green flag at a restrictor plate at Daytona under the lights. What better way to start a chase? Just a reminder, everyone, on a more serious note, obviously with the coronavirus out there, everyone, please, by all means, be safe. Continue to wash your hands. Continue to make sure that you are you practice good hygiene in this ordeal, as we should at all times, to ensure that this thing does not spread needlessly. Obviously already spreading. Keep yourself and your family safe. So as we await the invite, our in-race reporter for today is the 27 of Hair Bear, and we look forward to having him on in the in-race report at some point here at Daytona. So while we await, we'll be right back. We welcome you back here at Daytona. Earlier on Twitch channel, Jaron Hazen, you saw the running of the Truck Series there at Daytona, and that was a championship race. Congratulations to Foreign Whip, who will be in this race here at Daytona. Congratulations to him scoring his first championship, and obviously in the speed report, we'll talk a lot more about crowning a champion. Well, what's next? Obviously for the Truck Series, pay close attention to the official website for KMR, www.thegamingriff.com, because on that website, you're going to see everything dealing with KMR. You're going to start seeing rosters start to fill up as we guarantee spots for next season. Obviously, the champion has the choice whether to continue to run in the Truck Series for one more season to defend his title, or whether to move on to in his case, move on to maintain the X Series, move on to the Cup Series. He's next in line for a call up there. So he has that option. Everyone else, you'll get a chance to see. I'm not going to call any names. You'll get a chance to see what the truck roster will look like because it will be posted. But as usual now in KMR, there will be an open sign up period. So if you're listening to this broadcast and you're new, if you're listening on the YouTube side, 105 The Drive, and you're new, and you decide, hey, I want to try this series out, open signups will be on a specific date. That date will be listed on the website, and you'll get a chance to hear that date in the off-season speed report that will be broadcasted, or maybe in the final speed report for the entire season. We don't know how that's going to go quite yet, but just to bring that up so that everyone's up to speed with that. There will be some additional championship coverage later on in the speed report next week. So tune in. We're going to talk a lot about the Truck Series in that broadcast. All right, so there's our invite. We're going to give it a minute before we sign in there. We're going to see who the poll is, and then we're going to kind of roll from there. Again, our in-race reporter is the 27, and you might hear Little Monster out here in the background trying to get in on the broadcast, so that's going to be cool too. And under the lights here at Daytona, what better way to get started than this? So let's get started. Let's do that right now. We got our invitation. We're going to accept. We're going to load right in here to Daytona, and we're going to get things underway. Pole sitter, tons of fun sitting on pole. Zack Attack getting a call up, I guess. He's supposed to be running the 1. Not going to go there. He gets his call up. There's nothing really wrong with that. Look how many we have now for the start of this thing. So let's get you started. Tons on the front row. Tons was your race winner at the Daytona Truck Series earlier tonight. So here we go. Okay. Get a message. It's gonna just pretend that there's no lights out there, or just pretend that the lights are on out there. It's a day race, so just pretend that there's lights. We're not gonna go there. We're just gonna get it rolling here. You know what it meant. It's Daytona. Okay, you know what it is. Here we go. Gonna get set to go green. We're loading in here. It is not the NASCAR Racing Experience 300. It is wrote down somewhere. I've got it wrote down. But anyway, you'll know what it is. We will have a Cup Series broadcast. They're already green and underway. Here we go. Tons on the pole. Let's get this. Let's take one lap around the field, get an opening lap, kind of watch some cars here at Daytona. Oh, trouble! Car against the wall. That's the 00 of Hindu up against the wall there. It looked like the only driver that ran into trouble. And no, there's Amari. He spun out in the dirt there, and that was enough, it looked like, to bring out the caution. I'm assuming endangerment, possibly for the 4. Though it looked like 2 cars to me. In any case, that brings out our first caution. So not that many laps. I think we ran 3, and there's our first caution. And there you see Foreign whip on the front row there. And Foreign excited about that championship. Let's see how it propels him into a possible win here. He has not won. That's right. He has not won in any of the 3 or 2 series, the X Series or trucks. He was able to win the championship in the trucks. And if you want to know how that was possible, tune in to Week 14's Speed Report broadcast, and it will kind of explain, not in detail, because it's not going to be explained in detail, but it'll kind of give some thoughts on how he was able to secure a championship berth without actually winning a race. Pit road should be open this time. So we're going to see if these guys are going to pit. There's the 09 to bring the field down pit road. Familiar face up front, eh? Look at here up front. That's Tons. There's the 27 of Hair Bear, the 51. Leading them is this guy, Lone Paintbrush. He's a Cup Series driver now. He's also an official. How in the world did he get a chance to run? Well, pretty much what happened was there were some drivers missing. There were a lot of spots, and I like to have a good at least 85% of the field out there. Paintbrush got an opportunity to run because there weren't a lot of spots there initially, but then we had some people join in last minute, and that kind of filled things up. But I don't mind. Paintbrush is a good sport, and, but this is not something that happens frequently, so I don't want Cup drivers to look and say, hey, you let Paintbrush run and I don't get a chance to run. No, this is not what happens generally. What happened today and what happened last week, when there's not a high volume of cars, I do start with the officials because it makes their job a lot easier to be out there on the racetrack and being an official. And then I kind of branch out from there. So just so everyone knows. All right, there you see the field doubling up. So let's take you to a running order. We already know Paintbrush first. Hair Bear is going to sit second there. There you see Treshawn in third. There you also see on the high side there, it looks like Foreign whipping the 9 in fourth. And rounding out the top 5 is the 09 of Terrier. Now, because of the points reset, all of these guys, it's extremely important that they get a good start. It's extremely important this Daytona race that they make sure that they are on point. They make sure that they hit their marks, because the slightest slip up could be the difference between having a chance to go to the next round or being eliminated out of playoff contention. Let's ride on board with our in-race reporter for this restart here at Daytona. KMR restarts at the line, and they are green flag. Nice clean restart, and that's how you do it. No breaking the line there. Hair Bear, oh, hang on. And the thing about Hair Bear, nice good restart there. Everybody kind of forming that line right now. The thing about Hair Bear is that he led the entire regular season up to the final couple races. Look at the 10 of Beloved. Nice move, except no one went with him. He's going to get hung out to dry there on that high side. It would have been a nice move if he could have got 1 or 2 people to go with him. If you're Beloved, you log that into the back of your head, you jump back in line, and then you say, okay, I'm going to save that for the end of the race. I'm going to try that one again later. In any case, what I was saying is Hair Bear led the entire regular season coming up to the playoffs. So big a margin that he was able to really miss 2 races and not lose the points lead. It was only after that 3rd race that he missed that he lost out on the points lead, and ultimately the chase began. But as you see, a big shuffle. Paint gets a huge shuffled out big time by the 9, it looked like. There's Treshawn going to make a move there. We'll come back to the Hair Bear story. But Paintbrush controlling this race right now. And if you're Hair Bear, or if you're Hindu or somebody like that, especially if you're Hair Bear, you're a little frustrated. Oh, as Hindu was able to get a nose in there on the 27, pushes him up. Look at Zach attacking the 55 and that 55 Ford. And he's going to get a good run there as this line forms on the bottom. We got almost 3 wide in the back. And so as we ride along with the 55, again, if you're anyone in this league right now that's racing for points, you're a little upset. You got someone who's not racing for points that could potentially take the win away from somebody. That's something you do not want. So if, in my mind, I'm being aggressive, getting Paint out of the lead, get him back in the pack, out of the way. That way I can fight for position for this lead right now. And there you see Treshawn not holding anything back. Right now, Tons in the 51 and Treshawn in the 19. They're both racing for points here, and this is huge because the points reset not only reset for the chase, it also reset for these guys battling in the points, as it looks like we have another caution. And that is for the 00. Looked like he had an electronic issue. This is a chaser. Had an electronic issue. He is done. And 14 minutes in to this race, already our first casualty. And this is huge. He's a points contender, so he's going to get last place points in this race, and that's going to kill him when it comes to the chase right now. So let's get you back out onto the racetrack here. Again, we were talking about Tons and Treshawn. This is huge because these guys are below the cut line. getting an opportunity to run here. They are hot seat drivers. So what that means is now they can potentially become regulars by getting a good finish. So they're going to need to continue to have a really good finish. The 54 of Paintbrush, though, maintaining that points lead. There's Beloved there. So no damage, pretty much a straightforward caution there for electronic issues. So let's take you through a running order real quick. 54, 7, 51, 55, and 19. In the pit road they come. Everybody's pulling in here for fuel and tires. No doubt. On our next caution, we're going to bring in our in-race reporter and check on him and see how he's doing. Kind of get a points count as well. And who's going to win that battle off of pit road? Is that, who is that? Back out on the racetrack. Woozy. Fuel only, and he is your leader. And this is exactly what he needs to do. That's smart move by the 4. Now, is he gonna have the help to stay up front? Who's the next one in line? Paintbrush. Last time we saw Paintbrush, he lined up on the outside, which he is doing again. So Paintbrush lined up on the outside. The 7's behind the 4. Then you have the 51 lining up on the high side, and then you have the 55 of Zach Attack. Also important that he is running his first call up. He's going to start off about 20 points ahead of these guys. So that's what we're looking at right now. Now, here's the thing. For this inside lane, it's going to be so tempting to try to jump this restart right now, because here you have someone who has not been up front too many times, and so this could be a nasty restart for the inside line. If you're the 7 and the 55, even the 9 and 27 there, you want to get going really quickly. So this is going to be a very, very interesting restart here for the inside line. For the outside line, you got a veteran and champion and Daytona 500 champion in Paintbrush, who has been around Daytona for a long time. He leads the league in consecutive second place finishes before getting his win. He knows what racing here is all about, and he's going to honestly and truly control this restart is honestly what it's going to look like. Let's pay close attention to how this pans out, because a lot of chasers and big time names are that inside lane. And so the inside lane, if they get a good restart, could really be an effective lane. If not, and watch those guys on the outside. Paintbrush and so a lot of these guys that are eliminated from chase contention are going to be able to get ahead of these chasers. It's going to be a mucky start. Get yourself ready for restart number 2 here at Daytona for the X Series. Green flag. And as we see there, look at there, a big shakeup, forcing the 27 below the double yellow. Big shakeup. 27 did the right thing. He gave all those spots back, so good job. That's what you have to do. Not a good restart for the 4. That allows the 54 and the 51 to get back up front. The 7 working hard to try to get by, pushes the 4 up the racetrack. 55 is going to stick with the 4, so now he has help. If he can get in line and hold this could be a good run for Woozy, who's doing exactly what he needs to do. And what happened? They suck right back to those first 2 cars. So here's your running order, top 5, 54, 51, 4, 55. 55 just got shuffled up. There's a 9. Foreign Whip would love to win a race. He is making his way up to the front and not wasting any time. Look at there, trying to bump, and does successfully get the 4 out of the way. Now he moves up to 3rd. Treshawn, in the meantime, leading or second place in the second pack. Not a lot of steam there. They look very disjointed. There's the 27 of Hair Bear, the 19 of Treshawn, the 10 of Beloved, the 09 trying to play it very safe right now, and he's sitting last place. Get you back up front. Zach Attack right now has been shuffled all the way back to about 6th place on the grid. 5th place on the grid, as Woozy has been shuffled back to 6. Now it's important Woozy stay strong, stay smooth, and try to get back up to this 55, because if not, you're looking at trouble, double trouble, because he will definitely lose the draft. And look at him suck right back up. He did exactly what he needed to do. On board with the 55 right now as the 51 gets shuffled up. 55 has to check up just a little bit. He's going to actually go to the high side here and bring down the 51 back in line. Well, it's so important to be smooth here. And unlike Talladega, where there's plenty of room there, it is so easy to get shuffled out. You know, when you're in the corner and you bump that apron, you lose so much speed right there. The 55 could have easily made that move. He hits, loses momentum. Now the 51 can get right back in line. So it's really tough to make passes here. It's tougher than it looks. So kudos to all these drivers. There's a 19 in that second pack. Back to the 55. Back to this lead pack. Woozy's gonna have to hang on in the meantime. There's Beloved. Here's Paint. There's the leader, and Foreign is working on Paint hard. And I mean, honestly, if I'm Foreign, I don't blame him. Paintbrush is not earning any points. He's in my way. If I'm Foreign, I'm a chaser. I'm a contender. Move out the way, Paint. You got your day on Sunday. Move out of the way. Let me by. Let me lead this thing. You're taking away my laps led. You're taking away my extra points. And you could potentially take away this win. You got to move. And that's what we see a lot of. He is really pushing hard. And, of course, he's got his quote-unquote teammate, although we know that the 7 is actually more so of a teammate of Paint. So that's going to be a tough challenge as well. Here comes Paintbrush down the back straightaway. This line forming on the inside. And, of course, this is a typical Daytona line. You're going to expect to see that in the Cup Series as well, especially early in the race. There's no need to go out here, tear your stuff up, and then be sitting there looking crazy, you know, later on. You know, it just doesn't make sense to do that. So, let's see how this will not be what it looks like at the end of this race. I can guarantee you. There are going to be cars everywhere. But all you need is a caution to bunch things back up. We've seen a lot of that. We saw it in the Truck Series. That made for a very exciting Truck Series. So don't worry, fans. You're going to actually see some racing here. But right now, the typical line right there on the bottom, Foreign doing everything he can to get the 54 off. And, you know, he can't rest a second, because if he does, the 7, the 51, the 55, they're all waiting. And they're going to get past him here. So you want to be careful. Woozy is falling way off of this lead pack. They are making some time. While this lead pack here runs here, we're going to go back in the pack. There's Terrier, Woozy. These guys are pitting. These guys are pitting. There's the 27. He's coming in the pit road. We know the 27 was running kind of in that second pack, so something must have happened. I don't see any damage to the car, but something must have happened there that caused him to drop way back like that. Maybe he's biding his time. We'll have to pay attention to see if we can figure out what went on. We know there was damage to the front end of the 4. There was damage to the front end of the 09. So we'll keep an eye on that. Woozy Emu out. Treshawn and the 10 stayed out. This is bad. This is actually very bad for these guys, because there's a 6-car pack up front, and then these two, they're not making any time. They're losing ground. And honestly, they should have pitted with this lead pack, or that second pack that pitted. They should have pitted with them. This is very, very bad for them. So now they're in desperate need of a caution. Back up front, as these drivers leave pit road that pitted, this pack up front looks a little disjointed just a little bit. And look what, oh no! Big wreck! Big wreck in the back. Whoa, caution's out. Wow. The 4 of Woozy. I don't know what happened there, but he tore up a lot of good cars there. I don't know the life of me know what happened. It just seemed like he turned right. I don't know. Guys, you're just going to have to look at that again on the replay and just kind of see what it looked like happened there. But that's insane. So let's see now who our race leader is. Guess who our race leader is? Foreign whip in the 9. This is exactly what he needed. This is exactly what he needed. Lucky dog is the 09. That's crazy. I'll tell you what, while we're doing that, let's see if we can get our in-race report in.
Got me?
Yeah, I come. They think you lagged out.
Huh?
They think you lagged out. Just don't press B, remember that.
Yeah.
Be sure to include your audio.
Yeah, it's included.
All right, so this is Sam Cook, obviously in the booth. I'm glad you got a copy, man. Well, I was gonna talk about how your race is going so far, but I guess first I need to talk about that wreck. What happened? What did you see on the racetrack?
I just saw the 10 and the 09 just came up, and this just happens. It's Daytona.
Yeah, I guess so. Did you get involved in that wreck?
No.
Okay, that's excellent. Because I know half the field of those leaders got involved. I know I saw the 4 go up onto the track, and it was over from there. He was right up in front of the leaders. I mean, it looked like that time at Talladega when Carl Edwards got wrapped up in that. Anyway, that's a different story. So now, how's your car doing? We saw you up front for a little while. We saw you in mid-pack, and then we saw you way off the pace. What happened? How's your car doing?
We just gotta make some adjustments. We're a lap down as of right now, and just try to get that lap back, hoping for a little caution. And yeah.
Definitely. Okay, you're a lap down. Wow. Okay, well, hopefully you can get back up there. This race is so pivotal to, the rest of the season, obviously because of its restrictor plate and the style of racing here. So here's to hoping that you can get that 27 back up front or back on the lead lap and then back up front. Still, how many laps do you have left in this race?
Right now it's lap 19, which is I'm a lap down. So yeah.
Lap 20 of how many?
30.
Lap 20 of 30, so about 10 to go. Okay, excellent. So keep us informed of what's going on, man. Well, hopefully you're able to get back in there. I believe there's a red flag out. So hopefully you'll be able to get yourself back up there and everything and get a really good start to this chase, man. You've been on vacation for a while. Welcome back to the car.
Yeah, it feels good to be back in the car.
All right, then, bud. We'll talk to you later.
Yep.
That was the driver of the 27. As you heard, he was lapped down, and he's trying to work his way back up. And as you also heard, there's 10 laps to go in this race. So we'll see how we do. And as you look at that 27, owned by myself and CMR, probably opening our doors to one more driver next season, possibly two if we get some good feedback. But so we're looking forward to expanding the team. Hairberry did a terrific job, and depending on how everything falls this season, he may get one more chance, one more stab in that 27. If not, then obviously we'll be looking to try to fill those 2 spots with some drivers out there. So if anyone in the X Series watches this broadcast over again, is interested in running my 27 or my team, just hit me up and we'll talk about it. So Herbert obviously is trying to get back in here. 00, we know, had the electronic issues. It's going to really kill him. So that's going to be a tough go. As we are under red flag. It's a 5-minute red flag. So while we're doing this, let's see if we can get some words with other drivers. Obviously, got a little bit of time here. Let's talk to Terrier. Hey, what? Let's talk to Paint, actually. No, we better talk to Terrier. We better talk to Terrier. Hey, Terrier, this is Sam Cook in the booth. Got a copy? Terrier, this is Sam Cook in the booth. You got a copy? Terrier Griffin. Sam Cook in the booth. You got a copy? Hey, Terrier. Sam Cook in the booth.
Got a copy, bud? Copy?
Yeah, be sure to include your audio.
I did.
All right, man. Excellent. Did you get a glimpse on that wreck that happened that brought out the caution?
Yeah, he was coming out of pit road. I think he merged up and hit somebody, and that was probably what caused it.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough race, or a pretty tough wreck there to see.
But good thing I didn't get in it.
Absolutely. Now, that's what I was going to say. You got your lap back.
Yes, because he was a lap down, but it just happened. So I was like, let me get my lap back, because I was like, he was lap down, but he caused the caution. So I was like,
yeah, definitely. So that puts you next one in. So now you're back on the lead lap. There's about 10 to go in the race. How confident are you that you can go out here and steal this first win here to start the chase?
I think I feel confident enough. It depends on how the race goes, because these guys are going crazy.
I can imagine.
They were 3 wide on that first restart. I'm like, what the world is going on? Everybody
exactly.
was just...
And because it got stacked up with the 4 having to restart out there. So as usual, man, let's take a look at that paint scheme. You got Liberty on the front, man. Beautiful paint scheme with that purple and that blue with some green in there. Always good paint schemes.
Black. Yeah, the blue.
My bad.
The blue is the number.
Not colorblind.
Bluish green number, I think, is what it is.
Okay. All right, man. Well, we'll definitely keep an eye on you, even though you're not our in-race reporter. It's a red flag, so we get an opportunity to talk to a few people, and we appreciate you coming up here in the booth, man, and racing with us. Thanks.
I'm glad I have a chance to make the round in this one, like I did in the Truck Series.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, we'll let you go, man. Looks like they're rolling.
I need to get an invite back.
Okay, message. I'll message Paint. All right, well, the 09 looks like he's back in the party over there. They're rolling again. So we are back under yellow flag here at Daytona, preparing to go green this time by. So what we saw so far, we've had 3 cautions, 1 for a lag out, and 2 for wrecks. And here we are, 10 to go. The 09 is on the lead lap, but you got a lot of drivers, including the 27, that's a lap down. So if you're the 27 of Hair Bear, you just have to think, I gotta just finish the race on a good note. I just have to finish on a good note and move on, because this is a very pivotal race, but you have a lot of drivers out here that are not in the chase, or rather that are in the chase. You have a lot of drivers that are not present, so they're not getting any points. So you're still okay. So you just get a decent finish and then go from there. All right, so let's get our running order together really quickly for you. There's Hindu. All right, so our running order is, looks like this. Let's see if we can get a closer look. Okay, there we go. The 7, the 9, the 10, the 19, and the 09. Everyone else was involved in the wreck, so an interesting restart. Here we go. Amari seems to always be able to find his way up front when it counts, and they are green flag racing once again. I don't know what the heck happened in the back, but here we go. Green flag once again. 9 to go. And there is Amari, your race leader. Now, if you're foreign, you're sitting here saying, I can't believe this is happening. I move one driver out of the way, another one jumps in. I can't believe I'm sitting in second place again. But you just have to feel more happy that he's an actual chase contender and not another driver. Look at him. They are teammates, and he is shoving these guys ahead. Now, if Foreign and the 7 are smart about this thing, Foreign is going to calm down. He's going to realize there's still a lot of racing left. This is a points battle. And he's also going to realize, hey, the one car is not out here. Dale Jr., he's not out here. So if we can finish 1-2, that is a team finish. That is a points bonus. So that'll be huge. Here comes the 09, well below the double yellow. He's going to have to give that spot back, or he's going to get a BF, a black flag there. But anyway, back to the team point situation. Work hard to get a team finish. That's going to be the way to go here. Let's see what happens. Here's the 09. He jumps to the high side, perhaps giving that spot back. Yes, he starts to fade a little bit. So he's giving those spots back. He is good. That's not a black flag. All right, so he is clear. You heard it first in the broadcast. In the meantime, here we go. Who is that yellow car that's up ahead of the field? That's the 19. He must have ended up pitting. So now he has to merge onto the racetrack. Ooh, this is going to be tough. He gets through clearly. No other wreck. Should be about 6 to go now. Back onto the racetrack. Tons having yet another good run. He's back up front, and look who's coming back up through the field. The 54 of Paint. And he's dragging the 27 of Hair Bear, who is still a lap down. But this is important because he should be the first driver 1 lap down. So if there's another caution, which trust me, there should be, then he'll be the first driver to get his lap back if he's not involved in this. As he starts to fade just a little bit, he was pushed up. That looks like the 55 of Zach that pushes the 27 back up. Back up front to this pack here, on board with Tons. Tons trying to earn his way into the regular roster and off of that hot seat position that he's been in all race long. Tons is guaranteed a spot next season in both the Trucks and X Series if he takes them. So we could see him again. Moves up just a little bit coming out of that corner. Should be about 4 to 5 or 4 to go. One of those two. I apologize for not being exactly knowledgeable of that as the 27 gets past the 10 once again. There's Paintbrush. He's going to move Tons up. So he bounces off that apron. I told you the apron comes in point. Here comes the 54 once again. He's looking to get back now at the 9 and the 7 and break these guys up to prevent them from getting a team finish. And the 9 pulls out. The 9 pulls out. Why? Why did he pull out? Because the 54 is going to go with him. Look at this. Oh, all kinds of stuff going on back there. Go 2 by 2 they go. The leader is Foreign Whip. Now he's got to hold this lead. There's a block there. Oh, 3 wide. The 10 trying to shoot the middle. That was exciting. New leader forward whip with about 4 to go and 3 to go. And this is huge if that's a wreck. No wreck. They hang on to it. Good job, guys. So now this battle back here is brewing, but there's another line. There's Foreign blocking, doing everything he can. He blocks the 7 down past the double yellow. And I always say, and listen, everyone's going to look at this and be like, that's aggressive driving. No, it is not aggressive driving. The 9 car is trying to defend the lead. The 7 is trying to take it. The 7 goes below the double yellow. Why? Why did he go below the double yellow? If you can't make a pass, that is not aggressive driving. He can go all the way down there to that wall if he chooses to. The 7, me personally, if I'm the 9, though, I would have let him have the position and then called black flag, honestly, if that was me. And then the 7 would have got a black flag or had to give the position back, and instead of falling to second, because he goes out of the draft, he's going to fall all the way back to the back of this pack. That's just me. That's the difference between Cup and X Series, I guess. But here's the problem. Now the 7 has an angle on him, and the 27, even though a lap down, is going to come on the high side. Ooh, that's tough. So now he's got to fall in line with the 27. In the meantime, Amari has the lead again. What a move. Oh, my goodness, the 10. Way up the track. This could be big. It's big. Horns around. The 10 involved. 27 involved. In the meantime, Zach attack back up front. Tons is still around. Don't know if that's going to be a caution or not. We should be under 3 to go. Let's see. Yeah, I believe they're still racing. Yeah, this is huge. They're still racing. They're still racing. So I think the 55 is the 7. The 7 is your race leader right now. And looks like he's going to scoop yet another win. I believe it's 2 to go. It should be white flag at the line. And that's just what happened. That's just restrictor plate racing. I don't know what happened with the 10 car that caused him to come up the racetrack like that and then back down. Maybe he lost control of the car just a little bit. But the 7, smooth sailing. It just, like I said, with Amari, he reminds me so much of the White Hammer, former driver in KMR. He's a 5-time series champion for this reason right here. He could have the worst race in the world for the first 90 laps, but by lap 100, he's up front leading and winning the race. I don't understand it. Just the uncanny ability to be able to get up front when it matters. And it looks like he's going to win this thing. Foreign whip. A very disappointing finish here he's going to get. So we're looking at our race winner. Let's see. Nope, got another lap. The 7, this is white flag right here. The 7 car up front. Let's see if we can get a second place. Everybody's so spread out right now. Here's the second place, 55 in second. So he comes in the league as a call up, and first call up, first top 3. And look at Paint. He's gonna say, man, we're not catching that 7. Let's just race for it. You know, let's go for it. I know you're racing for points, and I'm just out here, but hey, let's try to go for it here. And no, we'll just tuck back in line. Congratulations, 7, for that. Wait a minute, 7 looked like he was in trouble just a little bit. Wins the race. Congratulations, 7. Zach Attack in 3rd. Zach, or Paintbrush, in 4th. Or excuse me, let's try that again. Amari in 1st. Zach Attack in 2nd. Paint in 3rd. That's your top 3. It's Daytona. Woo! That's how you start a chase right there. And again, I'm looking at this. I've been broadcasting this since the beginning of the race. For all of you guys that are getting ready to call aggressive driving, don't bother, because it ain't. Don't bother. Please don't. Please be looking at the broadcast. Do not waste my time. Don't bother. It wasn't aggressive driving. So, no. The 7, don't bother. You won the race. Don't call aggressive driving. I'm not even going to look at it. The 9 was blocking to defend the lead. You went below the double yellow. You should have stayed there or went high. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Not aggressive. All right. So, now that we got that clear, I'm going to get the results from the 10. In the meantime, let's back out of here. Well, let's wait for everyone to finish. Let's see if we can get our our in-race or post-race show going after we take care of the fastest lap of this race. Fastest lap goes to Terrier in the 09 with the fastest lap. Congratulations to Terrier. Let's go ahead and get our post-race show going. You saw an awesome broadcast. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a great race down there at the end. All it takes is one caution. We got our one caution. That's all it takes, and we got it, and it turned out to be a great race. So, I apologize for the crinkling going on in the background there, you know. Oops, wrong button. Wrong button there, but there we go. Hey, Paint, Sam Cook in the booth. Be sure to include your audio, man.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, man. What a great race that was. You battled out there, man. What was it like running out there with those X Series guys? It was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Maybe you can tell where the talent lack is and where people need to improve. And you know, we were definitely had the fastest car until Woozy decided to page the field and ruin our race. And I really thought we were bringing a 54 car home. Victory lane. We led 20 of the 30 laps, and you know, just get killed. But yeah, I mean, I think this is what happened last week too. You know, I was gonna win the race and I got killed. You know, it's just I guess I just gotta start when I know I'm gonna race these races. I mean, I guess I just gotta start saying I'm gonna get wrecked while I'm leading. So.
Yeah, maybe that's just a reminder to stick in the Cup Series, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, but but you brought home a third place. That's good.
Yes.
What happened at the end on that final restart? I know cars were everywhere.
Yeah.
Take us through that big wreck that kind of messed things up for you.
Coming at 3 to go, the 10 car was just swerving, and he just like took out the whole field, and then everybody was complaining that there wasn't a caution when it was 3 to go, and it kind of just got everybody aggravated, and some people bad mouthing the league and stuff. But no, it was a wild ride. I thought I was gonna get involved in it, but we didn't. I pushed the Zach Attack dude. I think that's who it was, and really, really nice guy. You know, me, I had aero damage, so whenever time I went to go make a move, my run just died. I was just like, whatever. I just finished third, and yeah, that's pretty much how that went.
All right, man. Who you got to thank for that run, man, and everything? We'll get you out of here on that third place. Not a bad day. Who you got to thank?
You know, my own team getting this Daytona car ready. Now Daytona is my favorite track in the KMR circuit. Besides Dover, you know, I just have so much history at Daytona. And, you know, I lead a lot of laps at Daytona, but I always finish second or third if I don't win. So I guess we just got to keep the tradition going.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, man, go back and look at this broadcast because I mentioned that about midway through the race, how you were a pro at finishing second place and knowing what that's all about. So, I mean, no disrespect because second place is not a bad number. It just ain't first. You know? But great run. That was Paintbrush there. Getting an opportunity to run with these guys and everything. And we'll see next week if we don't have the numbers, the good numbers. He'll be back in the car again. So that was Paint. We'll move on to our next driver, who was another custom car. So I'm just going to stay right here. Let's see if we can get our next driver in here. And that was Zach. Yep, another Zach. This time he's attacking people. Well, yeah. I did not. I didn't plan that. Okay, I didn't pay Woozy. All right. Absolutely. Hey, who was that in real life? I think Carl Edwards was the leader. And who came onto the track and wrecked the field at Talladega? LePage. He LePaged. He definitely LePaged the field there. That was bad. That was bad. The 19 almost did it too. Definitely there. There we go. There we go. Hey, Zach, be sure to include your audio. Welcome to the post-race show, man. First race in the X Series officially, getting the call up. First, second place finish, man. How's it feel?
Feels very good.
Awesome. So, you know, you put together a really good race, like all race long. Do you feel that you're ready to run, you know, the X Series in a full-time basis?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, definitely. Just to describe some of the highlights of your race out there. You ran up front and you ran kind of mid-pack. We didn't really see you in the back all that much. So just kind of take us through some highlights of your race.
Okay, at one point I was caught up in a wreck by the 4 car because he accidentally, I don't know what happened there, but yeah. But then I was just able to be able to avoid the wrecks or not getting wrecked. And then I just put myself in this situation to get up in the second.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, those that were in the hot seat position started off with 500 points. Those that get called up will not start off with 500 points. However, because there were so many that didn't show up and everything, this more than likely puts you above the cutoff and within the top 13. So congratulations on that. And who you got to thank for this race, man?
Pretty much everybody that I raced with and for the invites.
All right. That was Zach, driver of the number 55. Now, Zach, I'm going to get with you later on about that number 55 and the created cars. I'll let you know about that. You didn't know, so you came in here. It's fine. You're going to get your points. Yeah. No penalties, but I'm going to just let you know about that 55. But thanks for running anyway, man. That was Zach attacking the 55. Finished second place. Now let's talk to our race leader. And Zach, you're welcome to, you know, if you want to leave, you can leave. If you want to stay up here, just be sure to mute your mic as we get through this last interview. That's no problem. Let's see if we can find. He probably already got offline, as usual. Here he goes. Let's see if we can get him. I'm just gonna spam him until he comes in here. I wonder if he'll get mad. Well, he can un-2K for 5 seconds and take this darn interview. Ain't nobody playing with him. He always does this mess. He always does this mess. He just never gets an interview. Just never interviews. It just irks my nerve as much as he wins that he just doesn't come up here and say and have anything to say. He's just like another day of the office. You know, I don't care. Car was great as usual. It should have been a Ford. You know. But anyway, you know, I just came out here and win. I'm going to win a championship. You know, yada, yada, yada. I don't like the way the other driver drove me and blocked me all the way down to the inside wall, even though I couldn't make a pass below the double yellow anyway. You know, it's one of those things. I think I pretty much summed it up. Don't you think, Paint? Yeah, okay. All right, so we got that interview out of the way. 7 cars, your race winner once again, and he's going to get out to a huge points lead.
You forgot, I want to thank the Ford Rainbow track and Ford
Oh, yeah,
Motors.com.
Rainbow Road. That's
And,
right.
you
I
know,
did forget.
Ford, if you forgot Ford Power. And you forgot
Ford Power
and you
in that
forgot
Chevrolet Ford.
Yeah, the Trevor Ford, yeah. And you forgot the 1/3 week tomorrow going to be Ford. Forgot that for tomorrow, too.
Oh, yeah, the trash talk about, okay, 1 through 8, okay. All right, well, that's going to be the post-race show. We thank you very much, guys, for tuning in and everything. Remember, tomorrow we should, I'm not going to say we are, I'm saying we should have a broadcast. If we do, it will be messaged in the, it'll be on the website if we have a broadcast. And we'll try to get it out there. Also, tune in to Paint. Are you going to broadcast tomorrow? It's not going to affect your connection, is it? Okay. All right, so tune in to Twitch channel Lone Paintbrush, right? That's the same one. Same one as your gamer tag, right? Lone Paintbrush 5 here on Twitch. And he will update you on who's giving the actual broadcast so that you'll have an opportunity to see that. All right, well, from Sam Cook up here in the booth, it's been Daytona for the X Series starting to chase. Your race winners to 7. We'll see you guys tomorrow. It's going to stay